you took some time, and then you start working for movies and stuff. Like, and I know you did RoboCop was one of the first ones, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then you did the Transformers stuff and Ghost in the
Yeah, it was
Shell,
like I think
Alita.
the best examples would be of that approach would be Battle Angel Alita and Ghost in the Shell, because I think this were the both in terms of the subject matter, but also me being prepared skill wise. I think
Right.
this is where I was really sort of much better prepared and knew what I'm doing. But
How long
also,
how long
go
did
ahead.
you stay on those projects? Like how
Oh,
was the
that's a good
turnaround?
question because I think there was a bit of on and off on I think on both, but on Alita it was less than Ghost in the Shell. On Alita, I think it was total maybe was it 5 months on and off, like 2-3 days a week. Uh, and
Mhm.
with first 2 months, I think they were pretty dense in terms of like I was just on it like almost all the time because it was that thing where um, I knew everything that I was doing would be seen by John Landau, James Cameron, and obviously Robert Rodriguez, the director. But it was really like knowing that I can't just show the stuff that's sort of half done or to tell them like this is where it's going, but now this is rough. And this is one of those examples where I knew if the 2D work was done and that's we sort of know where everything's going, this would be easier to make the jump. So luckily, I mean, it was Ben Proctor is an amazing production designer, so he already had a pretty awesome and clear idea where things could be going. He also knew where my strong sides are, and in terms of like if I focus on this thing. So for example, like if I would show him a rough ZBrush blockout of where I'm going, and he could comment early on, but he was just like I just showed it to him, and then after that I would do okay. Now I'm making like a super detailed hand that I know everybody's gonna like it because if we know where sort of when I say we, I mean like as an entire team and all the art that was done before. Because I'm not sure how but like for Battle Angel, a lot of artists in the Lightstorm, they did a lot of amazing art, like dating back like 2005, I think. Was it like James Klein or like one of the first sketches? And obviously the original manga, where the sort of the foundation is.
Mhm.
Like it's not like sky is the limit. It was pretty clear where we're going. It was really finding this just right language. And this is how I was like, okay, I'm gonna just make a hand, but I'll be like, okay, do you see the hand? Do you like it? If so, the whole body is gonna be of this quality. And this is what helped me sort of like it started like, okay, I would show only the hand. I wouldn't even show the rest. And this is I know it kind of sounds crazy, but I guess it was because the team was right, the conditions was right. Like Ben knew what I can do. He saw the overall blackout. He knew like it's not going to be some crazy surprises in proportions, for example, or it was really about the language. So and yeah, so those two projects, and the same with the Ghost in the Shell, because I had like this folder of like I don't know 500 images that I sent to Rupert Sanders, the director. That this is where I'm thinking we should take the designs on Ghost in the Shell, and he had his own, and then Mache had like a huge, also Mache Kuchara had like an awesome collection both of his work and other stuff. So it was pretty sort of clear what to explore. What was exciting about Ghost in the Shell was that it was I think the first film project where I was like, okay, now like it's all out in terms of the skills. I'm gonna use CAD. I was using MOI 3D, even though before that I was only using the CAD software for engineering stuff. So and this is where I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna do like straight up make a Ghost in the Shell tank using the same software engineers using. So things would look like they can be machined
Right.
because it's exactly the same approach. It was sort of a novelty at the time. Still, it was not as widespread. I mean, people already was doing the stuff and I think in Fusion 360, it was picking up, but
Mhm.
not something that you would see. It's done on a big scale movie, and it's also integrated with other techniques because I would do the ZBrush first, and then I would take that block out, and I would retop it on XSI to get this clean sub D shapes or muscles. But then I would do the skeleton in Moi, and I would just combine it all. And then you look at this as like this festival of shapes that are all done different way, and you can see like, okay, you can really do it in other software. So like very crisp CAD shapes. You can do this obviously in ZBrush or there, but it's not going to be the same, or not the same speed, or not the same final finish. So that was always exciting for me. Like I started in CAD also because I wanted to get faster while I'm also learning with the like doing industrial design.
How did you merge those two things together? Because I know you build like a huge library of things to speed up your process, and then when you go to the different software, is it more do you lose some of that work, or is it just more a new tool that you're adding to the?
Well, I'm still assembling. Funny enough, I'm still assembling everything, and it's gonna sound insane. Like to 2020, I'm assembling everything in Softimage XSI, which is like a software that's
I knew
discontinued.
you were gonna say that.
Say what?
I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
no, it's coming.
I mean, like it's yeah, like it's a whole other discussion. But if anything has been outputted eventually in polygons, I would assemble it there.
Mhm.
But then, depending on which stage I'm in, and I would do that stuff in like in other software, and then I bring that stuff in. There's like good exporting tools in Moai, for example, and ZBrush is, especially like a later version, has awesome tools for like automatically retopologizing stuff with the decent topology. And I would like do that stuff, and I would optimize, and I would sometimes use that as a base level for sub-B modeling, and then would extract that. That was actually done. All of the muscles, like exterior shells and Western shell, was done that way. This is the only way was really to move fast. Yeah.
The one question I have for you is, and I guess I see that throughout your career, and I'm curious if it's more of a conscious decision, or if it just happened. Because I know you went through like some of these movie projects, and then you started doing more of the industrial design, and you had some opportunities to work on the mechs and all that, like more product stuff. Not a real product, but it's still that kind of workflow. Was that like something that just happened naturally, or would you make that conscious decision to go that route? And why did you decide to kind of then stop working on movies, or are you still working on movies?
So all the transitions all of them happen consciously, and that was a decision, and I always would come with a certain price tag to this. And when I say price tag, I don't mean like I'll lose something. It was more about like, is this really an opportunity cost here? Am I really losing like a potential growth in one industry? Because like now looking back, there's like three distinct in terms of just how the final products are different from each other, three industry, right? Which is like video games, movies, and the real product, right? And it was a part of it was trying to find whatever that is that keeps me interested, and a sort of the most authentic, obsessive way possible when I'm just entertained. Like really what I'm trying to do, like whatever I'm doing, I want to be interested as hell in it. Like I just want to be staying interested and passionate. And at this point, I think this is really sort of the highest priority for me in life, because I realized this is the only way where everything else in life really falls in place. Like if you like, there's like, for me, there's like a hierarchy of potential benefits that comes out from the work. And let's say if you plan to be like, okay, I want to make, let's say X amount of money, then if you plan for that, you're gonna get everything that comes above from that hierarchical structure of the goal setting. But if you plan like, okay, I want to do something that makes me absolutely freaking obsessed about it, where this becomes like a kind of almost a problem, where it's like I can't really think about anything else, then I feel like the chances are that thing will get me to do something that will also be rewarded. So I'm trying to find this alignment where whatever I'm doing, I like it so much, and that it also becomes a thing that is rewarded in terms of the career.